Cabbage, 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 cabbage. Wait, no, wait. Lettuce, 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 lettuce. Letters for the 12th of November, 2019. Booble. Boom, bubble, bust, repeat writes, I've said this for a long time. People relying on AdSense, that's Google's or YouTube's way of making money on your videos, on AdSense need to prepare. Use the money to create a side business or diversify their income streams. The invite only model is coming as they move towards some Netflix hybrid model, step by step. It is coming. Watch the SEO channels, and they have sources from within YouTube, and they have been talking about the future of YouTube for quite some time, and it doesn't favor the small-time creators. I think that's probably true. BBR, boom, bubble, bust, repeat. I think that YouTube is going to try to move. You know, they do have YouTubers channels now that do make significant money, and YouTube shares the ad revenue money with the creators. And channels like over 100,000, over 200,000 subs, that, you know, even when you look at some of the YouTube channels, millions of subscribers, if you're in millions of subscriber range, 5 million, 2 million, 2.5 million, whatever, you're making some decent money for YouTube. And why is YouTube messing around with, you know, all these relatively small, I mean, even 250,000 subs is small potatoes when you look at what some people on YouTube are making, and all the headaches that come with all these people uploading on small channels, all this content that they can't control. I think that's the key with YouTube. They want to be in control of the content, and you just have to reduce the number of people uploading, and so they're going to make it less and less attractive for the smaller guys to do that. I think that's probably, in the long run, a very good bet. Oh, line screw one here. Another example of my inability to comprehend metaphor, Dave. Spend some time reading versus just cranking out videos, and then you'll be able to understand when I use a metaphor as an analogy. Honestly, he was talking about how liberals want to ban meat, right? And I don't think he gets me, because I knew he wasn't serious about saying that, because I know a lot of liberals, and nobody wants to ban meat consumption. Maybe some liberals and some conservatives don't like to eat meat and may choose not to, but I'm not hearing any great wave of liberal politicians wanting to make meat consumption illegal, okay? And I get that, and I know that's what he's saying, but I'm turning the tables on him, trying to make his metaphor sound ridiculous. I don't think he gets that. I don't get him, he doesn't get me, but maybe I think I get him better than he gets me. I think I do. Oh yeah, say hi to Carolyn's RV Life, won't you? I missed that. You got to put more of her in your videos. Grizzly Disc Jockey 111 writes, Dave, it seems like a lot of woe is me vlogs are being posted. Yeah, nomadic vlogs, right? Woe is me. Yeah, Christmas is coming, van build's going on, everyone is planting their wish list in our heads. Bob will be starting his big push to donate to HOWA soon, and through the RTR, yeah. And through January, right. Take all that Christmas money you got and send it to HOWA. And maybe they'll build vans for 6 or 7 more people. I don't know. Yeah, Christmas is coming, and there's going to be a lot of, that's very true. Everybody's going to have a wish list out there. Tasmod writes that the Federal Trade Commission has fined Google $170 million for violating children's privacies on YouTube. And I do think that, and I do notice that a couple people were mentioning that in some of the comments to my video there about, who is commercially viable on YouTube and will they delete people who aren't. I think that, yeah, using children in your videos directed toward children are not commercially viable, meaning that YouTube is getting heat from the federal government here in America about mining the data of people under whatever age, 18, 15, 12. Children are having their data mined. They're having ads targeted at them, and people are getting all upset about that, and they should. But what about adults? Don't we deserve the same rights as children? I don't know. Children don't have the right to consent like adults do. And I don't think, YouTube has this thing about consenting, reading their terms of service. If people can't understand their terms of service, and it's true, people are debating their terms of service as we speak. What does it mean? If you can't understand the clarity of it, then how do you consent to that? I'm just saying, it's hard, just as hard for adults as it is for kids. Dave G writes, Jobby Poo, when an employee is rude and socially unacceptable or a pain in the butt, they should get canned. YouTube is their employer. They make the rules. YouTube is not your employer. For most of us, we are creators. We are independent contractors, okay? YouTube does not have to treat us like employees. There's no such thing as a minimum wage. There's no such thing as providing health benefits, which vary from state to state. They're not an employer. We are independent contractors, and they can pretty much, it's like, when you're self-employed, that's what you are. People pay you, but there's no rules and regulations as if you're a fully vetted employee. So they're not your employer. Faith Walker Todd, I don't use Twitter or Facebook or any other forms of social media. YouTube is my only outlet. I am considering filing a lawsuit because they have changed the agreement I made when I originally signed up with YouTube, when it was owned by an individual and not Google. Under that system, when I did a search for a video and I actually used the name of the video, it would show up at the top of the list. Today you can do a search and the exact name of a video and it may not show up at all. Also, the issue of shadow banning, leaving the comment visible to the user who made it, only visible to them. That is clearly deceptive and intended to reduce legal liability because people don't know that they're being blocked and therefore they are not suing. Yeah, that's very true. You go on a lot of people's videos and you're blocked, but you can see your comment posted. So you assume everyone else can see it and just isn't commenting on it. That is a little deceptive. So you don't realize you're being shadow blocked or shadow banned. Yeah, that is kind of a little bit weird, huh? And finally, Arizona Mark writes, I think all these YouTube videos telling everyone, hey, why wait for your dream? Hit the road now. So it appears many van dwellers, etc., are on the road before retiring, like most. And I think, I think people get misguided too. They see people like Camper Van Kevin. They see people like Nomadic Fanatic. They see people like Destination Open Road who are doing very well with their channels, who seem to be having a good time on the road, and they're not seeing the other 99.999% of the channels where people are really having a tough time being out there. I think, they just assume, hey, if, they don't realize also the hard work that Kevin and Eric and Scott and Terry have put into their channels, and the preparations they've taken over the years to either get to a certain monetary level or to have another monetary level that can feed their channel. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of financial manipulation in order to keep a YouTube channel up and running, and I don't think people realize how difficult it is. They just kind of think like, well, I'll just get a vehicle and get on the road and I don't need any savings, and heck, I got PayPal and Patreon and Super Chat and whatever, and people can just throw money at me and I'm sympathetic, whatever. I don't know. I think people they get in a position where they don't understand the reality of what's going on there. It's a lot tougher than it looks. It's colder than it looks outside. That was the Bare Naked Ladies song. Good line. It's tougher than it looks. It's colder than it look. It's a colder world than what it looks like, and you gotta dress warmly and have that security blanket there, because it's gonna be a real tough time if you're gonna be living on begging for funds, whether it's subliminal or not. It's going to be tough. And I think people are realizing that. I'm out of here. Vlog under.
This has been a Cratchy production under the auspices of Zap LLC. Oh, yeah. Now I gotta punch it. Rum, rum, rum.